when the floor gets dusty, when your blade gets rusty, with a shins, when your broom smells funny, when a hex takes your money, what's gonna save you, honey? Just with a shins, all you witches and all your old magicians, it's time to start listening to Winter Shins.
One more time. God, they got dead air on the end of that one. Come on.
Winter Shins. When the crowd gets fussy, when the floor gets dusty, when your blade gets rusty, Winter Shins. When your room smells funny, when a hex takes your money, what's gonna save you, honey? Just Winter Shins. All you witches and all your old magicians, it's time to start listening to Winter Shins.
customs remain, and the ancient gods live on.
Blood Ceremony on Widdershins Radio.
Blood Ceremony. I knew I liked it.
See, we haven't done it in so long. What you usually say is Widdershins.
Widdershins.
We are out of practice. I got a new phone. Luckily, the app's working roughly the same. We lost a couple songs. Our Widdershins theme, Derek Calmore, I had to go find the email. He originally sent that in, download it to my phone, put it in the music library.
Wow.
So good thing I checked before showtime.
Yeah.
So much shit's just not the same with the new damn phone.
It helps to be prepared.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
yeah, we've kind of been on a little bit of an extended vacation from Widdershins.
From most things, staying the fucking home because we got our vaccines and reached our immunity point and thus have lives. We get to do shit. It's so cool. We get to go out in the world with people, bring us food and drinks. And all we have to do is just pay them.
And we hang out with people in close proximity who are also fully vaccinated, and that's been really fun. Just hanging out with them, and we're not worried about
boils.
Masks or anything. Yeah, crawfish boils, karaoke. Yeah.
God, yeah.
And it's just it's just the really simple things that you grow to appreciate when you haven't had them for over a year. So
tonight's show, The Bullshit Factory, refers to the new world we live in of absolute lies. You don't even have to be good at it anymore. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't matter if there's evidence against it.
It doesn't matter if there's video or anything.
You just say it didn't happen enough times,
and that's it.
Then suddenly it just didn't happen.
Yep.
And I don't think this quote was actually his, but they used it in Excalibur way back in the Way Back Old movie. Merlin said, when a man lies, he murders some part of the world. Yeah. From actual Druidic lore, from the Colibrin and the triads associated with each character of the Colibrin, there are 3 times when wise men must speak, and the third of which is in the face of an evil lie. And the first is to tell the truth. You can go find the middle one yourself. So we have to. It doesn't matter if, we always get people bitching about, you're all political. This is not political. This is for the soul of Earth. Other people are copying this shit. Other dictators around the world are copying the big lies. So we're watching right now. They're trying to vote on a commission to investigate the January 6th insurrection. And the Republicans are all mostly trying to block it. And we are now told that the January 6th insurrectionists were just some mild-mannered tourists. And they just wandered in orderly into the Capitol. And
then they took it one step further and said that they were the ones victimized in the Capitol.
Patriots with no criminal record being harassed by the FBI.
Yeah.
And
even at the insurrection, they were the ones being harassed.
Yes. And only Trump supporters died that day. And they say that they weren't killed by Trump supporters, but there was that woman with the "Don't Tread on Me" flag. The most hilarious dark humor story ever. She was trampled by Trump supporters with her "Don't Tread on Me" flag. Yeah. So there was that. And, now they've determined that that one Capitol police officer didn't die from. They're not sure what he died from, I guess.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
Natural causes.
Yeah, but there were officers maimed, beaten within an inch of their lives, threatened with their lives. Some that committed suicide as a result of this thing. The Capitol police officers just sent a letter to the Congress supporting the board to investigate it. And they're always on CNN now because they're very offended. These are traumatized cops now with PTSD that just tried to defend the Capitol They did their jobs. They weren't out there, shooting unarmed black people like other cops. They were just fucking guarding the Congress, just doing their goddamn jobs. And they had to fight hand-to-hand combat. It was like a medieval scene out there. There were literally Trump supporters with spears and shit. And those flagpoles with spears on them and beating people with American flags, beating cops with the Blue Lives Matter flag. We're supposed to act like that never happened. And that Trump didn't do all he did to encourage that leading up to it and during the thing happening. Now we're McCarthy's going to try and tell us that Trump immediately put out a statement condemning the thing. It was hours later. Hours later. And McCarthy was pleading with him to put out a statement.
Reinforcements came later.
Yeah.
Somebody, I forget who, it might have been Pelosi, but somebody was asking for extra security, the day before. Mm-hmm. I think maybe it was Adam Kinzinger, or I don't know, somebody, and they just blew it off.
Yeah. Oh, on the screen it says Hamas officials tell CNN a ceasefire is imminent, possibly within 24 hours. Okay. Well, that's great, but it just never really changes anything. Yeah. It's just give everybody time to rearm with more rockets and missiles. Yeah. So a lot going on in the world. Mm-hmm. And people keep asking on social media, it's like, why aren't we going on and on about all the wonderful things that Biden's doing? It's like, because we don't worship a cult leader. He's not God. He's a guy that's doing a job we elected him to do, and quite frankly, I think he's doing a good job. I like most of the things he wants to do, and I like the fact that it's about the American people now and not about Trump. It's about what the American people need, not what Biden needs. Not what what makes him look good. It's a whole different world, but yet the lies from the psychotic episode, the 4-year episode that we all endured, continue. And Trump taught them all that they can lie, and they all do this because they're scared of him. There's not one with honor, or okay, there are some with honor or guts. But the majority of their party and the leaders of their party, they said one thing on January 7th, and then they all want to pretend like they didn't say that. And this was all after a trip to Mar-a-Lago.
We heard it. We saw it. We saw Mitch McConnell. We saw
Lindsey
Graham.
McCarthy. They all condemned him. They blamed him.
It's not like it didn't happen.
They said there was no voter fraud. And then meanwhile, we got this stupid thing going on in Arizona where some cyber ninja company that has no experience on how to do this.
And who participated in the Capitol insurrection, no less.
And some of the auditors we know were participated at the Capitol insurrection. Yep. All of the auditors that have stickers on their cars are Trump supporters.
And then they just recently, the other day, Trump, he put out his blog or whatever, and he was saying that the voter rolls were all deleted.
Yeah, the entire database was deleted.
Yeah, and then there's this guy who actually, he's one of the elections officials, and he was like, I'm looking at it right now. Nothing was deleted. And so now, this happened a couple of days ago, so now they're like, okay, it wasn't, they're just totally backpedaling because it wasn't deleted.
Well, and that's actually almost impressive in the environment we're in. They could have just said, no, it was. That's lying. That's a fake database.
That's not the database.
Fake database.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So I suppose they deserve a pat on the back for that.
In this world that we now exist in, I guess so.
Yeah.
I know you kind of reluctantly do the right thing, and that's a really good now, I guess. It's kind of like COVID. It's like, I know the service is not great when we go out. I know the food is not great everywhere we go, but part of me doesn't. It's just great. Everything's so great. It's like a starving man and a cracker. Giving this, God, that's the best cracker I ever had in my life. Yeah. Was that saltine? Give me another cracker. Ah, dear. So we're just staring at the screen. We're waiting for to see if the Republicans have the numbers to block the January 6th commission.
Yeah, they're going to take a vote in the House and the Senate. The Senate vote has to be the 60-40. They're not doing a simple majority.
So they have to have the House and the Senate for this thing?
I believe the Senate votes first, and if it passes in the Senate, then the opposite.
Okay,
they vote in the House first, and if it passes in the House, it goes to the Senate. I know the Senate is not a simple majority. I don't know about the House vote. I'm not sure if that's set up differently or not.
All right.
So in the Senate, you have to get, 10. Well, first of all, you have to get all the Democrats voting unanimously for it. Plus, on top of that, you have to get 10 Republican senators.
Do they really have to go through all this bullshit just to investigate it?
Apparently. I mean, I'm sure if they didn't have to, they wouldn't. I think they do. And, in the beginning, they were complaining because, they thought it was too partisan, because we have the numbers, in both houses of Congress and, all this stuff. So Nancy Pelosi agreed to every single one of their demands, and they're still opposed to it.
Yeah.
Why bother having those demands if it doesn't really matter if they're met?
There's just no honor anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, so actually, I didn't realize. I thought it was just a House deal, and that we just have it in the bag.
No, it has to then go do the 60-40 vote in the Senate.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, that's why Mitch McConnell. Because at first I was like, why are they even talking about Mitch McConnell? Who cares what he thinks? But then I read a little bit more, and the Senate is going to vote on it too.
Now, all of these people changed their tune and reversed everything they said after a trip to Mar-a-Lago. Trump's a fucking gangster, and he's got shit on all of them. He's got leverage. But
I want to know. Well, I kind of want to know what it is, because he obviously doesn't have any leverage on Liz Cheney. Yeah. So it's not like he's got leverage on all the Republicans.
Or she's just got guts enough to say, fuck your leverage.
Yeah.
But I'm also staring at the news right now because I'm really hoping I see Trump in handcuffs any minute. I don't think it's going to happen today. I know, but it's got to happen quickly. Is he gone for the whole summer or what?
For the whole summer.
He's being investigated criminally in New York.
And it started out as a civil investigation. Civil cases, you don't require as much proof as criminal cases. So it started out as a civil investigation, but then I don't know what, but somebody found something that is enough to, openly say that it's a criminal case.
I mean, they were so open, they announced it to the news. They told the Trump campaign that they're investigating him criminally, which they don't have to do.
And then the other thing, one of the reasons I think he moved to Florida is because Florida has this law where the governor doesn't have to extradite anybody from the state of Florida. The governor, DeSantis, is a huge supporter of Trump, and he's going to shield him, and he's not going to, get him extradited or agree with it. But New Jersey's governor is fully on board to extradite him. So I don't know, but I don't know if, I'm not sure if the laws that are in Florida is like the law everywhere where it's up to the governor, or if it's like some special thing in Florida. I'm not really sure. But I do know that the governor of New Jersey isn't a fan.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure if they get him on federal charges, they can just march in there anyways. And
I don't know.
And there's,
I don't
that's
know.
Still lingering out there too. Yeah. But that just shows how emboldened this son of a bitch is. Mm-hmm. He thinks he's untouchable.
It's like he knows that
DeSantis
can and will protect him
if he's in Florida.
And he's leaving anyway.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like, no, I dare you.
Oh, please, somebody accept the dare.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
What else? What other the bullshit have they been spinning lately? I'm trying to keep up with all of it. I need to take notes
It's
or
a lot
something.
to keep up with. Well, the COVID. We still have. Excuse me. They showed the states that have, the lowest percentage of vaccinated adults, and it's the states you would expect. Okay, it's our state. It's the states next to us. So it's Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, West Virginia, Idaho, and Wyoming. The states you would expect have the lowest numbers.
You remember the other day when the CDC lifted the mask guidelines and people on the House floor were like taking off their masks and swinging them around?
So.
I just saw on the ticker over there that Pelosi's not going to lift the mandate in the House until all of the members are vaccinated.
So what are the Marjorie Taylor Greenes going to do?
I don't know.
Are they just not going to...
Can you kick them out if they don't wear their mask?
Well, they circumvented the gun laws. Remember they made it so that they couldn't bring a gun on the House floor, and you had Marjorie Taylor Greene and that other one,
they've been getting fines. I think they're getting fines for circumventing the metal detectors too.
Okay.
But maybe they pass that on to their they get their people to donate money.
They probably used campaign funds and donations and stuff.
Which is
it's not their money.
Yeah. Which is part of the criminal investigation of Trump, in addition to taxes and other things, but misuse of campaign funds.
Oh.
And it may be, I know they deposed his son recently. He's a dumbass.
Which one?
Not the real dumbass, but the other
Junior?
one. Yeah. But maybe they investigated both of them.
Are those the votes?
If they deposed them.
Here's the vote. Oh, I didn't see the totals.
Oh, no, now we got to see Kevin Bacon.
They're going to show it again. Oh, what else we haven't mentioned yet? Pizza Gates. Matt Gaetz. So the guy, his friend, Greenberg.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Who's been in jail for a while, awaiting trial. He changed his plea. He originally pleaded not guilty. He changed it to guilty, and he's working with authorities. And you were telling me he signed some 80-page document about that?
Yeah. It was the plea deal was 80 pages long.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly what he's spilling, but, a lot of it has to do with the minor, who he introduced her to Matt Gaetz, and then Matt Gaetz introduced her to a bunch of other men who all presumably paid her.
Well, there was another one that came out where Gaetz was at a campaign, one of his campaigns. He went back to his hotel room. He had an escort there, and a bunch of coke, all paid for on campaign funds. And he gave this escort a no-show job in his cabinet. It's like a job you don't actually show up for.
You just get a paycheck.
You get a paycheck and benefits and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know how long she was employed for. Did she have to keep fucking him? I'm not sure what the deal was.
Yeah.
Or was that because she was going to turn him in? Hush money? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe she had leverage.
Yep. All about leverage when you're dealing with a bunch of fucking gangsters.
Yep. So I don't know exactly when all that's going to go down. It sounds like he's already working with the authorities, because his lawyer said that, if I were Matt Gaetz, I'd be worried right now. But I don't know, when they're going to actually release the information or anything like that. I don't know when they're going to
that's the thing, is they might not even release it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when he's going to... I think they said he's going to be sentenced sometime this summer. But... Yeah, but
where's the Save Our Children people now?
Nope.
Got another Republican pedophile.
Yep.
Do you know how many
They're still making stories up about Joe Biden.
Yeah, still creepy Joe
For
and all that.
That picture when he had his hands on his granddaughter's shoulders, God forbid.
Just like, look up Republicans that slept with minors, boys, girls, you name it. And it's always the total homophobic ones that are they're sleeping with little boys in a hotel room. It tends to be Republicans. Like I always say about the QAnon people and the crazy shit they came up with, it's the darkness within that they're projecting out in the world. It's like they want to have a pizza place where they molest children and drink their blood to get their monochromiums or whatever the fuck. It's so bizarre.
Adenochromium or something like that.
That secretly appeals to them. Evil to him that thinks evil. Dear. That's just more episodes in the Bullshit Factory. Play a song and think of some more bullshit.
Yeah.
All right. Widdershins.
His eyes, they closed, and his last breath spoke. He had seen all to be seen. A life once full, now an empty vase, wilt the blossoms on his early grave. Walk away, me boy, walk away, me boy, and by morning we'll be free. Wipe that golden tear from your mother dear, and raise what's left of the flag for me. Then the rosary beads, count them 1, 2, 3, fell apart as they hit the floor. In our garb of black, we must pay respect to the colour we're born to mourn. Walk away, me boys, walk away, me boys, by morning we'll be free. Wipe the golden tear from your mother dear, raise what's left of the flag for me. Staggeroo, an angry fist start a wound filled with hatred and remorse, where I pick and scratch till the blood it matched the silent rage now that fills my lungs. For there are many ways to kill a man, they say, with bayonet, axe or sword, but son, a bullet fired from a shapeless ghost to put the shell of a Thompson gun. Walk away, me boys, walk away, me boys, and by morning we'll be free. Wipe the golden tear from your mother dear, raise what's left of the flag for me. From the east out to the western shore, where many men and many more will fall. The angel flies with me tonight, till freedom reigns on all. I curse the names for which we slaved our days, till every man shall his kingdom come. But sure as night turns day, it's the fashion play. Oh my God, what have they done? With madman's rage, well they dug our graves, but the dead rise again, you fools. Walk away, me boys, walk away, me boys, and by morning we'll be free. Wipe the golden tear from your mother dear, raise what's left of the flag for me. Walk away, me boys, walk away, me boys, and by morning we'll be free. Wipe that golden tear from your mother dear, and raise what's left of the flag for me.
Earth was dying. If they said this on the news, if they would clarify the picture instead of seeking to confuse. If you could see the ice caps melting, if you could watch the oceans rise, if you could see the consequences right before your eyes, if you knew the kids were dying, if you could look inside the river where their food comes from, filled with cyanide, if you could hear the parents pleading, if they were looking right at you, if you could see the anguish in their hearts. What if you knew? If you knew the bombs were falling, if they showed them hit the ground, if you could see the bodies flying, if you could hear the sound, if you could see the rubble where the hospital once stood, if you saw the child's lifeless limbs, would you hold them if you could? If you knew that they were lying every time they spoke, for every laser-guided pinprick, there were lives lost in the smoke. If instead of just the generals, they had doctors too to describe the carnage of the cluster bombs. What if you knew? If you knew what they were saying when they think you cannot hear, if you understood what they do, if for you it was so clear, if you knew they shut down the factory in an economic ruse, if you could kiss the cheek of the child in the sweatshop that made your shoes. Every time we went to war to fight our evil foes, they told you we were really fighting for the good of CEOs. If you could feel the hunger of the many, see the riches of the few, if they told it like it is, what if you knew? You knew that you were living in a huge conspiracy. Would you leave your suburbs, get out of your SUV? Would you hit the streets and fight for all our lives? Would you hold your ground when the stormtroopers arrive? If you knew that the whole planet depended on what you do now, would you take command with the speed our times allow? If the pundits told the truth for just a week or two and real life was shown on TV, what if you knew?
David Rowick's on Witterson Radio.
I like that one.
Yeah, and Floggy Molly for that. He's the one who did the St. Patrick's Battalion, too. I think that's the only other song of his we have. But I can always get some more, I'm sure. Independent musician from, way back. And, throw him 99 cents.
I saw David Rowick's play at the Sacred Grove.
I think so.
It was a free radio benefit.
Yes, I recall that. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, we've shared the stage a couple times there. And in Flogging Motley. But yeah. So, before I forget, we here at in New Orleans, we've been so good with our vaccines that we get to have festivals again. Now, get your damn vaccine before bringing your cooties here. Yeah, the state sucks. You don't want to go to the rest of the state. Here in New Orleans, we're doing really fucking good. So you got to go get your vaccine because you want to come to Hexfest, right? It's coming right around the corner, August 6th to the 8th, 2001. Join in the magic. Tales of the magic of the Crescent City of New Orleans stretch back over the centuries. It's an enigmatic place where voodoo, hoodoo, witchcraft, and even Christianity blend at the crossroads of spiritual power. On August 6th to the 8th, 2021, Brian Kane, Christian Day, and the Witches of New Orleans present Hexfest, a weekend of witchery held in the heart of the historic French Quarter. The conference opens with a riverboat ritual and dinner held on an authentic steamboat on the Mississippi River, followed by 2 full days of workshops, drumming, and ritual at the Bourbon Orleans Hotel. I'm sure they just love us taking over their hotel. Venue riddled with a history of hauntings. Hexfest has gathered witches, root workers, voodoo priests, and other magical teachers from within New Orleans and around the world to offer their time-honored wisdom. Between workshops, attendees will love the magical shopping in our on-site vending hall, where my shop will even have a spot there this year, where you can purchase powerful ritual tools, signed books, exquisite jewelry, and spellcrafts, handmade by true practitioners. Presenters for 2021 Hexfest hail from across the spectrum of witchcraft and magic and include Baba Teddy, Lady Kate, Henriette Jaw, Byron Ballard, Carrie Ewers, Christine Stevens, Diana Rachel, Ellie Barnes, Fiona Horn, Geraldine Beskin, Hala Alley, Judy Ann Knock, Lady Rhea, Levi Rowland, Lilith Dorsey, Michael Carell, of course, that's me. I'll be teaching Magical Warfare, Feeding on Your Enemies. Everybody's favorite. Michael Herx, Oberon Zell, Paul Barrel, Priestess Miriam, Sandra Maria Wright, Sen Elias, Thorn Mooney, and Witch Doctor Utu. Whether you're a beginner or advanced practitioner, Hexfest will help you to discover the secrets of witchcraft and expand the mastery of the magical arts. August 6th to the 8th, 2021. Got to get them tickets now because you got to, book flights and hotel, all that kind of stuff. And it's just going to be epic. It's of a town with probably the biggest population of witches, probably even more so than Salem. There's even more during Hexfest. We take over all of the places and all of the town. And maybe, just maybe, we might have the fun of the Catholic Church standing out in front of their church again, protesting us in the sun. It's really fun. They stand out and pray down the street at us. And sometimes they got a little bullhorn and stuff. And there's no shade. It's August in New Orleans, and there's no shade in front of their church. And
the Lord is their shade.
The Lord is their shade. And you just watch them melting. Melting. Who knows? 33 Republicans have voted yay for the January 6th commission. That's surprising. We've got 245 to 148 so far.
158.
Oh, 158, sorry. So, Hexfest, man. You gotta come. Hexfest is so cool that it made us move here within a couple months.
It was so cool that we live here now.
It was so cool we couldn't stay away.
Yep.
Yes. And, come to New Orleans. And that thing he says about, witchcraft, voodoo, hoodoo, all these things blend at the crossroads of spiritual power. It's that's something I love about this town. Nobody's bitching about all the bullshit. It's yes, we recognize there's cultural appropriation, but here we have this blender that we threw everybody's shit into and turned it on and came up with New Orleans. New Orleans witchcraft is probably different than most people's witchcraft. Its voodoo is different than most people's voodoo. Its hoodoo is different than most people's hoodoo, because we just are cool about that, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. We ain't bitching about that shit.
Looking at the votes. 34 Republicans voted to have a panel. 160 voted nay. 212 Democrats voted yay. None of them voted nay. So the total so far are 246 yay and 161 nay.
And we're not sure if it's a simple majority in the House.
I think the House is always a
Senate.
simple majority.
Okay.
The Senate, I think that's what has to do with the filibuster, why they're always saying get rid of the filibuster. I think the filibuster makes it so that it has to be a 60-40 vote.
Yeah.
But that's that. I've never heard of I've never heard. Shut up!
Hey, Azzy, let it go. It's
I've
a
never
dog.
heard of anything that wasn't a simple majority vote in the House.
Hey, dogs, knock it off.
Stop.
They're not knocking it off. Mojo, get down. Quit looking out the window. Let it go.
Come on.
Everybody, let it go. We are not threatened by that dog that walked by, okay? Thank you for saving us from that chihuahua.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not an expert on how the vote thing, but I'm pretty sure the House is a simple majority, and the Senate is the 60-40 thing.
So what? They can vote. They can just say present.
What do you mean?
There's two other options. You got yay, nay, present, and NV, which I'm assuming is no vote.
No, yeah, they just didn't show up or whatever.
Okay. It says time remaining 0, but whenever I've seen that before, that's not accurate because the numbers just changed. It's 163 now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the PRES is.
Yeah, see them all? Masks. So, yeah, Pelosi's not letting go of the mask mandate until they get fucking vaccinated.
Yeah.
Which I'll tell you, in addition to, being able to have a life again, and, the fact that these other stupid assholes are going to make us carry our papers. We're all going to have to prove that we've been vaccinated to continue to have lives. But that's cool. I'll show my papers and continue to have a life. What was I even going to say about that? Oh, yeah. I get great Wi-Fi now. I get 5G Wi-Fi. I'm like a hotspot.
5G's the shit.
It is the shit, man. Yeah, I'm a hotspot, baby. It's like everybody just tunes into my hotspot everywhere I go.
Yeah.
And yeah, the government's tracking all the really
I
important stuff that I'm doing.
Too.
Yeah, you do. So between the two of us, that's 2 hot spots. That's like 10G.
Yep.
We got like 10G. You got 10G? Of course not. Don't come wagging over here.
When our kid gets vaccinated, we'll have 15G.
15G.
Yeah.
I can't even conceive of 15G.
Yeah.
This hound's like coming over here like I should pet him for barking. No.
What?
No. I just watched Caesar today. And Caesar says, do not give you any praise or try and comfort you when you're barking. You get no good interactions when you're barking.
Nothing.
No petting.
Nothing.
You're certainly not getting up on this couch, you fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it still says 0 and the number keeps changing. Now it's 168 nays, all Republicans.
Yeah, none of the Democrats.
Oh, see, there are no votes going down, so those aren't people who didn't show up, they just hadn't voted yet.
Oh, I see.
I see. So there's 5 Democrats still to vote and 6 Republicans, I guess?
I guess.
Yes.
I don't know.
We're learning a lot.
I don't know what PRES means, though.
I would think that's like present.
Well, they're all present. Everybody who's voting is present.
Yeah, but if you just don't want to vote, you just say you're present.
I don't know. Yeah. Don't just make shit up.
Well, what do you think it means?
I said I don't know what it means. And I'm able to say that.
You need to just get down, dog.
Means.
Stop it. I'll squirt you, man. I'll squirt you.
Oh, I'm going to get the squirt bottle right now.
Oh.
Right now, motherfucker.
Oh, all of a sudden he's taking it serious. You can't see it. It's radio.
He's backing up.
Slowly backing away.
Back away.
Squinting, waiting for the squirt.
Back away. Yeah, turn around and leave.
You gotta leave.
Make like a tree and get out of here.
So I really don't know if... I know there's more bullshit in the bullshit factory, but I just can't think of any more of it.
Well, one thing I found out is, that... Well, I don't want to give it any advertising, though.
Yeah.
But the Between the Veils thing is in a couple days.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that one. When people just, hear a craft common thing and fuck it up... It's Between the Worlds and Beyond the Veils. Those are 2 different things. There is no Between the Veils unless it's purgatory. But what somebody wants to call
why would
their...
you want to be between the
Exactly.
veils?
That's what some new festival's calling itself.
Well, the funny thing, too, is, I looked it up to find their website. I just Googled Between the Veils. And, their site comes up, but... So there's a lot of Christian pages called Between the Veils.
Gotta do your research.
I'm going to show you what happens.
See, when Christian Day did WitchCon, there wasn't any more WitchCons.
Okay, so Between the Veils. See, here's... Between the Veils, Volume 1... This is a Christian thing. Oh Journey God. Between the Veils, Unveiling the Glory of Christ.
Oh, my God. It just gets better and better.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah. Let's see. Between the Veils, Volume 1. There's some... and there's another Journey Between the Veils. That's like a Bible thing. Mm. So, yeah. I looked at their lineup. They've got, they have Starhawk. Lou Flores is there. I'll just talk about people I've heard of. And Angus is doing Pagan Huber.
Oh God!
No, it's okay. He's funny.
I know he's funny.
God, I don't know that I recognized anybody else.
Well, that was kind of the problem when we went to their predecessor. So it's either we didn't know them or didn't want to see their workshops, so it didn't make sense to pay to go in when you could just like hang out at the sushi bar.
Yeah,
talk to people you like.
And then, this time it's all on Zoom this year.
Oh, they don't have the balls, huh?
No, you can't do it in California.
Oh yeah, it's California.
So it's all on Zoom now, but next year they're planning on doing, like a real in-person one, somewhere in San Jose. I'm sure they're gonna go for the DoubleTree. And what else was I gonna say? I don't know. Yeah, but this one's on Zoom. Oh, it's President's Day weekend, which is when PantheaCon happened, which is also when WitchCon is happening. So that'll be interesting.
That will be interesting.
Yeah.
Because WitchCon was epic, and they're going to make it more epic this time.
We still haven't watched a lot of the
I know,
presentations.
there's so much to watch, but you can watch them forever. All right, well.
That's all I got.
That's all I got. It'll be a short Widdershins. Widdershins comes to you typically Wednesdays, 5 p.m. Central Time. We come to you from Spreaker.com/user/Widdershins, but also iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, Tumblr, a bunch of goddamn places. You find us most places that you get podcasts. And we'll see you next week.
I just want my fortune now. I don't care where or when or how. I don't want the dustbin or the cuddly toy. I'm going for the jackpot, boy, oh boy, oh boy. See me on the box, see me winning lots of loot, oh yeah. Silly kids games, grabbing cash off that on Kudo. Now I've got the replies to all the questions. There's just one thing that I should mention. When I win all the loot, don't you have no fear. I'm gonna take my holes in Cambodia, yeah. See me on the box, see me win lots of loot, oh yeah. Silly kids games, grabbing cash off that on Kudo, yeah.